Well, hello and a good mythical morning if you are joining us from the West Coast. And if you've already been watching, well, hi there. How are you today? Oh, I'm great. Well, thank you for asking. Hello, welcome to your next hosting shift and our next run. I am one of your co-hosts this round for the Radio Sega Invasion of Bingothon. I am that dude with the Chaos Emerald CD-ROM 1019, and baby, I was born this way. And of course, I am joined this round by the always effervescent caffeine queen herself, Rexy. Hello,
Oh,
Rexy.
yes, hello there. I was about to make the baby I was born this way gag, but you just beat me to the punch. All right, great stuff.
All right, so this is actually going to be really fun for us because Rexy, I think you're an adept runner of this game, and I am not, but I very closely follow the world record holder of this game in several categories. So I have yet to see a bingo of this. Welcome to Battle for Bikini Bottom. We're going to let our runner take over at this point. Get your donations ready, and we will be here to keep you some warm company this round.
You say adept, and I can't even cruise boost properly, but Rob will. Let's see it.
Yeah, so welcome to Battle for Bikini Bottom. This is going to be a new game plus bingo, which basically means that there's two moves that you get later on in the game, but we're just going to use cheat codes to get them like super early. And that way we can do cruise boosting the entire way through. What is cruise boosting? I'm glad you asked. It'll take a little bit to explain, but let's go ahead and get started while I try to explain. Sound good? So, use a memory card, at least for the first like 10 minutes. So, as long as we are all set to go, I need to turn my mic up more. I can turn it up. Sure, Floha. Anything for you, Floha. Anything for you. But I'll go ahead and get us started in 3. Actually, I'm gonna do. We're gonna go 5, 4, 3, a 2, a 1, a go.
Claps in chat, claps in chat. Good luck, y'all.
Alright. So I'm gonna take one quick second. I'm actually like glancing over the board, but there's one specific goal that I am looking to see if I need to get. And I do not see pineapple sock here, so okay. Alright. Let me explain what's going on. First of all, I'm going to collect some of these shiny objects, just like the game. And we'll just get up to the door. And right before I do this, I'm gonna do.
It's almost
Don't have
too
audio
pretty to
confirmation,
break.
but it looks like we got
Who
it.
knows?
Okay. So we did cheat code, so we have both moves. So what do these moves do? One of them allows us to go bowling. Basically, take a bubble, literally go bowling, and it allows us to hit something. The other one is a cruise missile. Now, what's interesting with this game is some interesting things happen if you try to go bowling, essentially on the same frame that you are missile. So what happens is the game gets really confused and will permanently give you the momentum boost from bowling. Now, essentially all that means is we are stuck going very, very slow, which is not helpful. But if you do it a second time, while you are holding left or right, something incredible will happen. We'll take a look at that later. Right now, I'm doing a glitch that's going to disable the hand that's pulling us away. That way, we can start going out of bounds. And now I can really start looking over what we have to do here. Alright. So we are going to be doing all 25 goals here. This is a block. And I'm going to give you a quick taste of how cruise works. So essentially, find a flat surface like this. As you can see, I'm kind of... Oh. it one more time. So as you see, we are now flying much faster. And essentially what we did was we are basically going doubles. Now remember how I said I disabled the hand? That allows us to jump down here and grab this spatula. Now I'm going to pause the game and warp back to Bikini Bottom. You might have noticed that I have a memory card in, which anyone who's played this game with a memory card in knows that after every spatula the game basically lives. And the reason I did that is so that we have this saving game glitch state right now. And essentially what I want to happen is because we're in this save game glitch state, we can walk really far out of bounds. And we cruise boosted so that we do not have... This journey normally takes like 2 minutes. But yeah, that's a lot of information I know in the beginning here. But essentially, all you really need to know is if you see me randomly like bowling or using missiles while against a wall, it's me trying to get into a position where I'm going this fast. And that's honestly the major thing. We're going to be using this throughout the entire tour. Different. This allows us to skip straight into Hub 2. Then we're going to do a separate glitch in a second to go straight to Hub 4. Pull here to... Alright, I need to start figuring out my game as what we're doing. So I'm actually noticing something really interesting. And that is a serious lack of late game goals, which is very unusual. Actually, why not have a single goal for Kelp Forest or Flying Dutchman? Because I've never seen a bingo board that unbalanced. Wow. That is so unusual. Okay, so essentially what's going on is the 2 last levels of the game that we get access to, it doesn't look like we have to go into either. Which basically means more time in the other 7 levels, which is just so unusual. By the way, because we disabled the hand, we can just... Here is where we're going to try to get... So again, in order to get the cruise boost, I have to hit 2 different buttons, my L1 button and my circle button, on the same frame, essentially twice. What I'm trying to do is get to the top of the chart as quickly and as full as possible. Normally, you can just use the missiles to hit those buttons. In most situations, it's probably faster, but come on. I want to try to do that. Jump up here like that. There we go. Alright. What I'm gonna do. We're gonna go into our first level here. Normally, this is one of the last levels, but it is SpongeBob's Dream. And we're gonna start getting a couple of goals. Is that? Nope. Okay, so we gotta warp again. Arm sock. Oh, I only have one goal. Even. This is such a weird goal. I think I saw like so many goals on it, which sticks. By all means, I do rough bottom. We're gonna try this a couple more tries. There's a couple of very difficult skips that you can do here. And I'm trying to see if I can get... First one allows us to get to the end of this section, specifically for Patrick's Rock over here. This is a glitch that we always do that. However, I cannot hear game audio, you all can hear. So I need to try to... Oh, I don't want to waste too much time. We'll see. But while I'm going for that, I don't know if I need to do anything. Potentially struggle. Oh, that was almost it. I wonder if there's any questions. I accept. Oh, that was almost it. Just a little short. Come on. Give us a couple more. Essentially, what I'm trying to do is get damage boosted by the second. In such a way that... Let's go. I'll give this one more shot and then we will change tactic. I don't like it. Honestly, now that I think about it, given that I don't need the late games, I don't even need to do it. So, yeah. Alright. I just realized that because we don't have all this late game to do, we really can just focus exclusively on the goals. So let's get to Jellyfish Field. Jellyfish Fields, it looks like, has goals. Jellyfish Rock also, which is oh. I think this is that would be. So if that's the case, then I already got one sock here. 5. So these socks are just a collectible. You get 10 of them, you can get a spatula. You need spatulas to open up the game. We're at 3 socks. This sock normally you wouldn't be able to really, but it is quite limited.
Sometimes pushing a simple button is the most satisfying. Push, 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 push.
This is where things might get a little
Just my
Inch.
size.
this. The last sock will be out in the middle of the water
Another find for Patrick.
is that. And what I'm gonna do, normally what you have to do is become Patrick, come back over here, throw the fruit, and honestly it just... Instead, we're gonna use cruise booster. Never cruise boosted on this
Say
one.
hello to my little bubble friend.
Okay. So whenever you see me in this like slow turning state, that is when I'm like halfway. But if you ever see me just bowling like that, that means that I'm done. First half. That should be. Oh, come on! That should have
Ready for another fantastic day.
That should have been close enough, but especially you.
Say hello to my little bubble friend.
What was the other jellyfish called? Oh, actually, this one is. This is officially. I've been doing big one. This is the Come on. Come on.
Say hello to my little bubble friend.
Nice! We got it. It's jellyfish rock us. Oh, let's get faster. Here. Getting the. Okay.
Say hello to my little bubble friend.
Use that so that we jump back to the very beginning. Now, the point of these boxes, let me open one up, is a teleportation boxes. Something here, we're back all the way. How much do I recast spatula? Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't remember the number. Oops. Go ahead and remove the number. We're gonna have a quick pop up being like, hey, you removed a memory. Oh, actually, no. I pop up the next time. It'll be like, hey, I remember that.
That was a ton of fun. I should do it again
Here.
sometime.
Down off the edge right here. That way we can skip this cutscene.
Bubble pie.
Now there's a separate glitch. I am just not good at. Especially because one where having been jump all the way across, like. And hey, we're now Patrick. Was that screen I was talking about? Alright. Right now, what I'm trying to do is get. Actually, yes. Yeah. Okay. Alright, Rob as a player. Scary thought. So, years and years and years before I did this, I was just a wee little lassie. I was always in this game. Back then, I cared more about the ease. I wasn't doing those. But I would jump all the way out of over here, where you can just walk. Just wander around out of bounds for. You don't. This is one of the easiest out of bounds you can do because there's a floating tiki jump on, and you can just barely make it out of bounds. But yeah, we're gonna do that to skip this entire cave section because there's a single sock in it. That is it. And about that sock, we just saved a lot of time. And now to get back inbound, we're just gonna. Climb up through here. Now we're over here. Fine. Normally, at this point in the game, the game is expecting 2 days ago, which I will tell you, at least in terms of this game, controlling Spongebob is always better than controlling Patrick. Controlling Spongebob is sometimes better than controlling Sandy, but basically we want to play as Patrick as little as possible. Patrick is not a fast character to play. So, we're gonna do from here. Ahoy there! I'm gonna warp us here. And we're gonna get ready to do a bunch of Goo Lagoon stuff, which basically is everything. Because we need all spatulas, the bottom left corner. So we're gonna be in Goo Lagoon. Now Squidward told us that we should jump around like an idiot. So we're gonna do just that. We're gonna idiot, but I'm also gonna destroy everything for sock. And that gives us a spot. Jumping around like an idiot. Stop. Alright, perfect. The next thing that I am after, get a sock here from Patrick, spatula. We traded in 10 socks for 1 spatula. That way we have. I remember seeing somewhere on this board Patrick's rock sock. Here it is, row 4, column 3. All it is enter his sock, destroy his couch, and hey, there was a sock on the couch. I definitely just said enter Patrick's. Enter. Rock sock, similar words. Yeah, we can go ahead and mark that. Alright, Goo Lagoon. Goo Lagoon has a very unique feature. Now, with several of these levels, the best thing we can do is go through the entire level backward. And it makes it so that we can skip a lot of them. And Goo Lagoon is one of the levels that. But cruise boosting cannot help us. You can't actually cruise boost. You have to do a different, and in my opinion, one that's actually, it's called Spongebob. So what Spongebob is, we are going try to get the game basically there's this ability here.
Say hello to
Um,
my little bubble.
We're gonna get into that position while having forward momentum, and while the game gets really stuck. That's basically what. So before we do try, this is sometimes what we're trying to do is almost trying to get on top of it. Trying to get on top of this block. Block like that. Gotcha. There we go. Right. Now we're gonna go for Spongebob. I don't know. I know I've attempted. I don't know if I've ever successfully gotten it. Last time, I forget if I got it the last time I was here, but I've gotten a lot. Hopefully, you can see. There we go. And with this, we are slowly inching our way to the right, as you can see, super slowly. But as soon as we get unstuck from this tower, we're going to go zooming towards that rock in the distance. So what we're going to do is land on the side of the rock and hopefully jump up it before we fall in the water, like that. Now we're going to do this a second time. Like that. And that's going to trigger us right over here where we get the level trigger. Perfect! That was really quick. And this is going to allow us to start going through this whole area. So in this area, there's quite a few. For one, there's a reason. I do not need all socks. We are gonna become. This is one of the most useful places for that. Because we're gonna be doing a heat that will save quite a bit of time. But the first thing we're gonna do, we gotta destroy this ticket. Destroying it triggers a big cutscene. Oh no! So this cutscene, what I was trying to do was fall down off of here as I triggered it, which would have skipped the majority, saving us like. Oh well, just let me get to watch with them.
So while all this is happening, do you mind if I jump in with a quick donation?
If there's a quick one, go for it.
Well, I mean, I can still read this. So, we have a, oh wow, I gotta actually, get the thing in front of me. We have a $1 donation from Flowhouse saying, I think it's about time we give our host something to do. So having said that, did you know if we reach $4,000, our very own Rob will be running Bluey the video game in a costume? Well, if you would like to see that, make sure to get your donations in. Of course, we still have some amazing incentives as well, and it's all for a great cause. Having said that, Rob, I have a question. Is a sponge an animal?
Yeah, I think. I've said it before, I'm not the person to ask about animals. On the topic of the Bluey thing, though, one thing, I want to possibly whet people's appetite. So, we are at, what, $800 right now?
Looks like about 802.
Perfect. At $1,000, I will show you all a picture. That way you know what you're getting.
Rexy, I have to say I'm only mildly disappointed in you. You asked what seems to be an important question, but you forgot the other most important question.
It's nothing to do with coffee or anything like this. What is the other important question?
It's not. I only give you a hard time with that once a day. You know that. And that only happens out of love. But the other important question is mayonnaise an instrument?
Oh, this one. I see what you did there.
This. Ah. So, I'm gonna explain poorly, but I'm gonna try to explain. Rob, why are you messing around with a stone tiki and a skee ball mini?
Can I answer? Because I think I know the answer.
I think
Yeah?
I've attempted this trick before. I've seen this, yes.
Yeah.
Rob, are you setting up for SpongeBob abuse?
I am failing at setting up for Spongebob abuse, but yes, I'm actually.
Ski ball abuse is not very easy to do. I did that in my blind bingo series run, and it took like about 20 minutes to get it done? Or something?
This might be an appropriate time to warn those of you that are wearing headphones.
Oh.
Loud sound warning.
Oh, I was going to, don't worry. But, yeah. So, as you guys have seen by now, every time we defeat a robot, or sometimes they're just laying out in the world, there are these nice shiny armor. And we want a lot of them, because there's quite a few places in the game where it's like, pay 1,000, pay 2,000. But the biggest offender of all is greedy old Mr. Krabs, who's hoarding 8 spatulas from us, and altogether they cost something like 50,000, and it is just absolutely absurd, this capitalist crab. So, we're gonna essentially start producing counterfeit money.
I'd like to take this moment to shout out Shift, whose run at Pace Fall we absolutely trivialize or absolutely just meme over. We're sorry, Shift. We're goofballs.
So, the way this works is, remember how we have that bowling ability? You can actually sit there and play skee ball. And depending on which area it ends up in, you get a certain amount of money. So we could sit there and just play skee ball and get like 10, 20, sometimes even 50 shiny objects at a time. However, that is so slow that it is really just like a gimmick and no one really... That is until we realized a couple of interesting things, which is that I think it's by disabling the hand, the ball will stay around for a long time. This is the headphone warning, by the way, so be ready. But essentially, what we're gonna do is trick the game. There we go. And we're gonna all... Oh! That ain't good. So what we're gonna do is trick the game. And you see how it's vibrating like that? That's essentially what we wanted to do, but in the correct way. And apparently I was just a little bit. This can probably still work. A little bit. Been having issues. But
It's okay. I don't like skateball either. It can be very finicky like this. But
Yeah,
you
the
know,
speedrunners absolutely make this trick look easy, and is very much not.
no, this is, in my opinion, like the hardest trick I used to consider the sponge glide that I did at the beginning of Goo Lagoon, I used to consider that harder than this. But especially over the last like 2.
Worth mentioning, if you're a retro fan in any capacity, it's still worth playing this version of the game over rehydrated. There are a lot of really cool movement tech and glitches in this game to take advantage of.
Oh yeah, that's why this is one of my favorite games. Especially as someone who predominantly is known for doing Pokemon stuff. This is by far one of my favorites.
If you want to finish a game in 60 seconds, that's when you play rehydrated.
I don't know if that's still the case. I heard they patched it.
Oh, I'll have to look. It'll be really sad if they did.
I remember...
It has been patched, but it has been still included as a speedrun category if it's down patched.
That's really funny and also really stupid.
Well, it seems like this isn't going to want to behave. And also, because of what I've said before, we don't need stuff. We might actually not even need speedball abuse. So what I'm gonna do is try to continue to run without that. You know, make it a little chill. If I end up being in a position where it's like, yeah, I need ski all of these, we'll come back. That's it. But at least in the meantime, so we're gonna get that stuff. Right now, because we didn't do... Next thing I need to worry about is coming back here at some. What we can do. Now, normally, you, at the end of this level, you become Patrick, throw in the ice cube, walk across this water for like a minute and a half, and then you get a spatula all the way into the field. Or you can just jump off the slide right here and get to it. That is not difficult in the settings. I need to make that clear. That is so easy. Alright. I'm going to now... Actually. Yeah. So I'm going to warp back to the beginning of this section. And now we're going to show off the powers of going back. First of all, we got this spatula from Mr. Krabs for A, defeating robots in the bumper boat area, which we did as Spongebob, and B, for destroying that ticket booth. Now we can go backwards. So we go into sea caves, and this is a long, annoying section where you play as Spongebob, and you have to hit a lot of different things, or we can just come here at the end and get the spatula. But then, if we want to continue going backwards, now we have to get to the beginning of the game, but the game assumes we already opened the first block. And there we go. Goodbye, caves. There are some socks in here, but we don't care about them, because they're not on the board. Agoo Lagoon Beach, on the other hand, here we do care about... We need to get all 5 socks in here. I've gotten 1 so far. Trying to make sure I know in my head where the others are. I know 2, I know 3. I know 5. Alright. Sock number 2 is right up here. Simply enough. Sock number 3, we're gonna... This one's a little tricky to get. This is one of my favorite socks to get in the game, but there we go, we got it. Now I'm just going... Because it makes sense. Don't question. Alright. Thank you for that question. So, we're gonna continue along around the upside of this here. By the way, I haven't talked too much about these robots because they're all kind of easy. They are so cool. That is once in a while, I always forget. Brightness and staircase on a time limit. But here we go. So this is one of the weirdest parts in the game. SpongeBob tries to be helpful. There are these children who are on balloons. Now, instead of grabbing the balloon, therefore saving it, instead, we're going to pop the balloons and allow the children to drown. Because apparently that saves the children?
Oh, they're buoyant. They're fine.
Yeah. These children can walk on water. Or sit on water. I don't know how they can float, but a sponge with holes in it cannot. Look, I'm just saying, I'm really confused. Science is not one of my best subjects. But, like, as far as I'm concerned, a sponge should be less dense than... And I'm not positive that this game accurately. So I'm just saying, game, you're not scientifically accurate. And that just. I did not mean to
Looking
get
at,
up.
we are looking at a universe where squirrels are allowed to live underwater completely, you know, I would say unassisted, but then again, it's the entire O2 pocket that Sandy lives under.
Oh yeah.
You're not wrong, actually. Never stop to think about that.
Actually, fun fact. This might get a little dark. There's always been a common held theory about, because children's TV shows, everyone always wants to make really dark, depressing children's TV shows. And a common one for Spongebob over the Bikini Bottom is underneath Bikini Atoll, which that has been confirmed. But Bikini Atoll is where they did a lot of testing with nuclear weapons. And
I've heard of this theory before. Yeah.
People were like, oh, all that radiation, that's why SpongeBob exists. Well, it turns out that one of the SpongeBob developers recently confirmed that. And they basically
one
said,
of the writers did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's insane.
Now, they also said something else in the same sentence, though, which is just incorrect. Which is, they said that all of the humans in the surface are just dead. But we have seen humans a number of times in SpongeBob universe. Notably, in the original SpongeBob movie, there's a beach full of people, David Hasselhoff, and others. There's also one episode where there's an artist in a boat with Spongebob. Oh, I need 30 shiny objects. Oh, actually, no, I don't. What am I talking about? No, I don't. I don't pay this. Fun fact, you pay that so that the button rises, but the button's always here. If I can.
Even about the skip to end up getting past this section without needing to toss anything. Why would you pay for this?
I don't know. I mean, as a child, I was just... What?
Say hello to my little bubble friend.
What did I do? At the side of the button? Where's this invisible button? I feel like right here. Come on. Got it? There!
This is, the button's under the water, right? It's been a while since I played this.
No, so visually it's under the water, but in reality it's always just in the same spot.
Oh, BFBB and your silly triggers.
Yeah, that's why we're able to hit it even though we can't see it. There we go. But, as I was saying, so obviously humans do exist in the SpongeBob universe. So it's... I wouldn't consider it hard proof that that theory is correct, but like, you know, people will have fun with it. I'm going to... Yes, I wanted to warp. I didn't mention it at the very beginning of this level. Oh, I'm over here. Right, I forgot warping. Okay. At the very beginning of this level, I had destroyed a robot standing on top of cranes. What you're supposed to do is the long puzzle where you direct sunbeams destroy the robot, but why use sunlight when you just have, you know, ballistic bubble missiles? And that did. Anyways, Myth Puff is very happy that we saved the children. That's good news. Got your spatula. And then Larry is happy that we destroyed the robot. Great. That's awesome.
Congratulations!
I didn't mark it off, but we got the last song. I got the last song, right? I didn't walk past it. Not stupid. one on top of the team bottom. Now I'm not confident I did. Yeah, no. Alright, I'm moving on from this. Downtown Bikini Bottom. Let's. Alright. We are setting ourselves up for a lot of success. So, downtown Bikini Bottom, we got 3 goals? 3 goals. So we're looking at downtown Copper Platform Sock. Downtown, oh, that's downtown Rock Bottom. Never mind. 2 goals. Downtown, dude, there's so many things Rock Bottom. Downtown Copper Platform Stock and downtown Rooftops all spatula. Perfect. Easy enough to. We're gonna go ahead and get some food.
Number 1 in the Bikini Bottom scavenger hunt, 3 years running. Thank you.
Hey, we're actually gonna take a slightly unique. This is not a route I would normally do.
Number 1 in the
Routing
Bikini
on the
Bottom
fly.
scavenger hunt, 3 years running.
Alright, what Bingo's all about. I'm gonna do this, jump over here, nice. Not get hit by furniture. Weird thing. Alright. That sock is our downtown Copper Platform sock. I'm gonna trigger Gary here just a minute. We're gonna try to get up here. We're supposed to get up here with Steve. Right. Little cool. Just because I feel. Actually, wait. It's Copper. Yeah, no, Copper Platform, not Copper. We're gonna jump up this way. And come over here. Oh no! That's okay. The important thing is that. Oh. Try. Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Feel like a it shines. Bubble power.
Oh, yeah.
Just my size.
What we're gonna do is we are gonna swap this. And normally you run all the way around at Sandy, but we're actually here mash the button. That allows us to get this spatula easily and then go to where we are going to get our next goal, which is the 2 spatulas.
Hey Larry, what's shaking?
Yeah, I just counted. We have 6 goals. That is absurd. I think we have a lot to see. Now it looks like we don't have a lot of goals given how long we've been playing. By getting ourselves set up. Here. We're gonna do a little trick. There's an invisible wall that stops us from jumping with a spatula, but you can actually jump under the invisible wall, so. Alright. Now we're gonna have to go through this rooftop section pretty much. We're gonna do a couple tips, for example. by falling where we did. The cutscene. We don't need the wheels. Actually, we need way less spatula. I was thinking, oh, we only need 40. Actually, no, this isn't. We need 30. Wow. Is it? Yeah, I've said it before. This is one of the weirdest things.
Take that.
It's honestly in such a weird way that we might
There's another one.
be wrong. Go wrong. Anyways, getting to the end of this here. Now, here's the last gauntlet. Is this enemy? When he hits us, will send us all the way back down. Whoa. Instead, we did that, and now we are done. Rooftops. I'm at 20 socks. What do I need a marmalade? Need that. Not a lot. What? Alright, we're gonna get spatula in the lighthouse. First of all, I want easy sock. Hopeful. Now, this lighthouse used to give me so much trouble. It turns out that if you memorize where the robot machines are, you can destroy them before they launch a spatula. And that makes us go so much faster. So normally in each level, you get down there, they put out a couple of robots. But turns out that, yeah, it has actually. There we go. Now that we have all these shiny objects, let's go back and finish off here. We're gonna warp to Tower Bungee. And by getting this spatula, that'll get us Gulagoon Pier all spatulas, as well as all spatulas. Feed the clam here. There is a trick you can do to not feed this clam. But I think I've only successfully done it like twice. So maybe that's the next trick that I've crunched out. But it is so not fun. But anyways, there we go. That's a really quick spatula. It's 2 more. Alright. Let's get to the Murmelair. Which, for Murmelair, we got 3 goals, technically. This goal is not technically. What's up?
I think the Murmelair is still my favorite zone in this entire game.
Murmelair's pretty solid. I don't know. I'm trying to think. What's I know my least favorite. I know my 2 least favorite are, and it's the 2 levels that we don't have to go in. So that's all.
Chat's a little quiet. Chat, what's your favorite zone in this game?
If your
Follow up.
answer, I was about to say, if anyone's answer is rock bottom, my question to you following that is why?
Exactly.
Rock Bottom's probably my 3rd. I think my favorite is actually Sam Mountain.
I'm reminded of the advanced meme for SpongeBob. It's like, this isn't just normal everyday stupid. This is advanced stupid.
The thing is that I know a lot of people hate on Rock Bottom, but I think Kelp Forest especially is way.
That's interesting to me, because Kelp is... I wasn't a big fan of Kelp Forest playing the game casually, but I think speed-wise, Kelp is supposed to be pretty interesting.
It is. The issue, so I am talking more from a casual standpoint, but the issue that I have with Kelp Forest is one that is a specific issue for me. The setup that I have, Kelp Forest, is just so dark that half the time I can't see it. And
That tracks.
there's a lot of tricky platforming you have to do in Kelp Forest, and it's really difficult, it turns out, when you can't see.
Who would have thought? I think the best part about Kelp Forest is being able to play the entire section of the game backwards.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to see that, which stinks, because that single-handedly is what made me go from Kelp Forest is the worst to Kelp Forest is the second worst. But, instead, we will just ignore its existence. And instead spend a lot of time in Rock Bottom. Anyways.
Oh yeah, it's not on the bingo board, is it?
No, Kelp Forest and Flying Dutchman are both not on the board. That's why I'm saying it's such a weird board. Because normally you have to get 60 spatulas to get Blackout, and instead I'm only needing to get 30.
I will mention this. I see that music is in the ear of the beholder is on the board. So, chat, there's a very specific requirement when getting that spatula. This comes from the BFBB community, and it is a requirement. When the gold spatula is gained from that task, everyone must all unanimously and very frequently use the E minor emote. Don't let me down.
I have genuinely never heard those before. But I also am not, like, really in the
I know exactly what the E minor pitch notation is. Is it relating to a specific type of platform at Squidward Stream CD-ROM?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, I figured it was a reference. I know there's a Squidward quote and shit.
Well, the music is in the ear of the beholder spatula is the Squidward's dream spatula. E minor is more of a deeper cut in the Spongebob series. It's an emote. Well, honestly, it's an emote that's popular in Shift's community, but it's a scene from season 1 of SpongeBob.
Oh,
Bonus points if you can guess what it is.
I just do. I don't know why I just got Spongebob. Not the small. Alright. This is one of my least favorite rooms in the game. There is a skip you can do to skip the entire thing. However, I'm horrible at it, so instead we're just gonna try to run through it as quickly.
Shockingly, that least favorite room is not the moving ballroom.
No.
I've ended up Googling what this E minor thing. Turns out this is some kind of song that Squidward played on his clarinet that put Patrick to sleep.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yep.
Where I said there's a reference, and it's Squidward saying Solitude in E minor.
Yeah, Solitude in E minor, and then Patrick claps and says, E minor, all right, E minor.
Nope.
And the E minor emote is Patrick clapping, so yeah. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I said to like a few of my friends when we were at Pace that we owe Shift an apology, because if you ever catch the replay of his run, it's like all of us standing in the camera and just memeing the entire run. Like there were 3 of us that created like 30 signs for when he did SBA, and we just kind of like held them up and shook them around. Just they said 30.
I will say I would love to see Shift. If people don't know, like, this game, when you actually know what you're doing, like, really well, it goes stupid quick. Shift would be done with 100% of like, it is absurd how fast this game really goes when you are, like, able to do everything. I would love to be able to get even anywhere.
To put that into perspective, a lot of the tricks that Rob are doing are again very difficult. Actually, a lot of them are. There's a lot of frame perfect tricks. Like even cruise boosting is very tricky to get right on first attempt. And Shift has been playing this game for so long that he's He kind of like he's the Zallard one of the SpongeBob scene, right? So he hits the frame perfect tricks like basically first try.
Yeah, no, it's absurd how it's one of those things where like if you just watch Chip, you're like, oh, he's good at the game. If you actually understand what Chip is doing, you realize that he is amazing. Because like the things he does, first of all, half the tricks he does I just straight up. Second of all, the other half of the tricks I can do, but it takes.
Seeing him play in real life is something else. So you should see how he is on his controllers. It's no wonder he has to replace parts so frequently.
I actually have seen him.
Oh, there you go.
One of the GDQs I went to, I watched him in a practice room.
All this, you're doing a wonderful job, Rob.
Thank you. Computer room sock. Computer room sock? Ah, humbug. Gotta go back for that. Whatever. Good news, we don't need to do the rolling ballroom spatula because that spatula stinks. We just need the sock.
Rolling ballroom is smelly anyway.
Yeah. There is the
Either
again,
you know the frame perfect trick to get the skip, or you have to, pug your face off just to do this legit.
Yeah. I've tried learning how to clip into the glass, but I have not been able.
Pour one out for all the hours we lost as kids playing in this room.
Oh, no, this was easily as a kid my worst part in the game. Like,
It's so sad because I love Rube Goldberg machines too. It's just,
Yeah.
it's.
It's just not easy. Where did this box? I'm gonna be honest. This is the first time I've ever consciously realized there's a box. Actually, wait a minute. I can't go. Oh, this is really. Then do I? I'm in a weird position. This is my best move. Me not getting computer room sock when I was supposed to is a little annoying. Now I have to go back. I was trying to decide if I could just get boost, dump all the way across the beginning, but I think that's.
Say hello to my little bubble friend.
Anyways, we got. Actually, again, there's probably was. I should add a bit. These boxes so rarely actually get used. But anyway, now we can get. Then we will go to Rock Ball. 25. What am I doing? That's the purple shiny object, not the saw. Oh my god, I'm losing my goddamn mind. Neither of you were gonna correct me.
You're the one who's navigating Murmur, Rob.
I'm annoyed at myself more than anything. So, a little bit of clarity. If anyone, I don't know if everyone caught this yesterday. Right before I went to sleep, I had the honor of being the host of their Archipelago Bingo. And Battle for Bikini Bottom also has an archipelago. And, they have the sock speed checks, the spatulas, the checks. But they also have the purple shiny object.
Wait, BFBB got built into Archipelago recently?
So it's like an unofficial.
Oh, there it is.
But
okay.
yeah, it works fully. But yeah, all the spatulas, all the socks, and then the purple shiny objects in the pack. And so that's why I was thinking of that cave, because I'm used to having to go to that cave for that purple shiny object. Whereas the sock we actually want is shiny. There we go. Okay, so that's computer room sock. Now let's go to rock bottom and start all of the stupidity that we have to do.
Yeah, at the very least, how intonation would be very quick once you get the once you get the skip to go through the level backwards.
What's actually?
But then there's rock. Yeah,
Oh,
but
you
then
can go
there's
ahead.
rock bottom all socks, which is already painful enough as it is.
It is.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that we have all socks, and then downtown rock bottom all socks, and then trench of darkness all socks. So like,
Oh, that's a
The-
lot of synergy.
yeah, the synergy there is actually insane. So I'm not
Say
gonna.
hello to my little bubble friend.
Alright. The best part is that I don't need all socks.
The question is, when you went to Mermaland, why did you not go for TV sock?
Oh, you know what? I think I did, and I just forgot to mark it. I'm pretty sure I did that. I will double check.
I got
Because that definitely was on my mind, but I think people were talking. So I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna try to jump up here. Come on, nope. Come on. Come on. Gotta jump in it. Come on. Do you know what the definition of insane?
Is it doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result?
It's madness.
Maybe quite literally, it's madness. And yet, here we are.
Oh, I'm doing just peachy. How about you?
Oh, you know, I'm slamming my face into it. Hoping that Spongebob will eventually grab. But I'm starting to think. Back up.
just my size.
Oh, come on!
Sneak, sneak.
I was. You get it. I'm
Kabam!
just gonna- Nice.
Roll,
Alright,
roll,
we'll use the
roll
ball.
the sponge.
Ooh, okay.
Can't take it.
Everything's all fine. Everyone stop panicking. I definitely
You.
grab that
Pepper
sock
needs to do laundry.
now. Got the artwork up here. Fun little thing you can
Bottom scavenger
put
hunt.
spot
3 years running. Thank you.
triggers access. And if you warp here, you just magically become Sandy. So that's convenient. We're gonna rehydrate. That's cool sticky. I don't know if it got patched or not, but essentially you could just start swinging around in a circle here, and it. I forget exactly how it would work, but essentially you would start like the rope would get long. We're going to our way into.
So while you're on your way up, do you mind if I quickly bring something in as a blurb?
Go for it.
Okay then, so as we are an hour away from finishing this run, I've got the opportunity to end up bringing up a bid war that is going on for the next one in line, which is Terraria. And we're looking for a choice of vanity sets for this run. Also, right now, if things close off, we're going to be seeing the Mrs. Claus set. But you can make that difference. It's extremely narrow at the top. So, exclamation mark donate. And remember, every dollar that goes through is not only an amazing dollar that goes towards Fred Hutch and all of their amazing work, but it also edges us closer towards seeing Rob in a bluey costume. So, I would love to see both of those things happen and many other things happen throughout the marathon. Exclamation mark donate, please.
I get the feeling that you're really excited.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well done. Welcome to my least favorite room in the entire play. I hate this one. With a burning patch.
Oh yeah, the museum. That's...
Especially
yeah,
when you start doing skips. Because dodging these lasers is a nightmare. Especially when you're trying to get all of the armor.
when people say to me, why is Rock Bottom so bad, some people would end up saying things like the trenches or the downtown, but it's this one. It's this one that's the biggest culprit, yes.
No. So basically our options here are either disarm the lasers, which is slug, or flip through the lasers by climbing on top of a platform while you phase through, which is not fun. Definitely. We will go. First one. Here. We already got one sock. Other
Good riddance.
one of those box. Here. That should.
Shinier the better.
Oh, I got the timing wrong.
Ooh. Do I really have to carry Patrick's socks?
Yeah, I might as well get stuff. Actually. Art. Should be at 3. Yep, okay. And now we're gonna warp back to the very. Now we're gonna do the rest of Rock Bottom without.
That wasn't so hard.
Sorry, I want to warp here. We're gonna do the rest of Rock Bottom backwards. That's everything else. I just realized that I never got dumpster. That's a silly.
Say hello to my little bubble friend.
Have to do.
Bubble pie.
I don't know if this is gonna be fast enough. Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna do something else. I'm going. Don't need the spatula. Saw. Oh, I talked to Mr. Spatula. This is weird routing. It's because I need the socks and I don't care about the sponge. Talk to Mr. Krabs' Spongebob. Warp here. There. And then as Sandy, we can get the 2. That should bring our total sock count. slide back on over. I can grab our other sock here. And then here we're at 6 out of 9. Good. Which means that we did get downtown rock bottom all socks.
May I chime in here?
Sure.
We have a $10 donation from Francis Hunter. Thank you for your donation. It simply reads, meow. Meow indeed.
Oh! I just realized that I misread one of the goals. I'm trying to think. I've genuinely never seen the goal Spork. Spork Mountain, I think, is the thing. I actually have to go. So it must be that sock on the slide after King. I must be so sock I can. Interesting. Okay, so we have to go back to Jellyfish. Oops. Grab the artwork out! Be there anyway. I kept thinking it was saying Sand Mountain. Like, which sock on Sand Mountain?
I would have
Yes.
been with you up. I would have thought Sand Mountain as well. But no, it's Pork Mountain. That's the boss and the slide from that.
Yeah, that would be King Jellyfish.
I'm just glad that it's King Jellyfish and not me suddenly realizing that I do need. I need double the amount of spatulas.
Is a mountain a graveyard ship?
Possible.
Well, is
what
it
I
also
will
a train?
say is how in Tarnation did we get here? Like that, duh. By the way, if you don't disable hand, you cannot. I'm starting to have a feeling of days. The last time I think I ran into something, a weird issue. I was missing. That's how. I feel like I'm forgetting. That's one of the museum. Well, we'll get it. We'll figure it. Right.
Blanked it.
Anyway, in the meantime, we're gonna drop that this spatula, which mostly because it's essentially we run. So we're basically just turning on lasers because.
Here's another one.
Oh, I just thought of something. That is, I don't. Yeah. I'd have a hard time actually. Alright. I need Guppy Mount, I need the third slide. I don't actually need them. I only need 2 of these
I'm always amused by what Plankton says at this spatula if you try to talk to him again after you finish it. Like if you engage Plankton with Sandy, he says, "Now try stepping into the laser."
Yep. So we do have.
Buzz off, you little pest.
I might actually.
Rexy, did you ever try playing Battle for Station Square when Sage rolled around a few years ago?
That's that.
Battle for what now?
Battle-
Is that a mod that replaces all of the characters with Sonic characters?
No, it is a fan game. It is a 2D Sonic fan game that rips the bulk of the text and the plot from Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Oh my god.
Oh,
No,
it's
I have not heard of this.
oh, it's glorious. It is like Eggman is supposed to be Plankton, so he has most of the same lines. It's great.
How could I can't really imagine Eggman just suddenly losing control of his creations. But wait a minute, that's literally almost every episode in Sonic Boom. So
Pretty much.
why am I not
Yeah.
so surprised?
Okay. See, I realize now.
I played it when it was in demo a few years ago. I gotta see if the full version of the game is done. I thought it was really funny.
And all of a sudden, we're gonna make me think of Sonic being like a new hedgehog, or thinking of bubble power, or what? No, I thought he rides like the wind.
He has no master, only the wind that blows him free. How does that? Oh man, how does that quote go?
I'm pretty sure you got it, just in a very scrambled order.
Yeah, I have no master, except for the wind that blows freely. Something of the like.
Close enough. So we're gonna go grab that last artwork. I think it's the one. Oh, come on. Coming up with plan. And I think best thing. I have 2. Essentially, the issue is that not a lot of it, not as much of it, just like 6,000. The question is, or do we do old money? Old money grinding strats. Okay, old. I was gonna actually. no. Is it the one? Oh, it's the one all the way up there. Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, you know what I did was I dropped from the stock deck. Oh. Forgot about this little.
Welcome to museum.
All right. Now that we've basically 100%ed rock bottom, except for one of the easiest spatulas, we can get out of here. Hey, we returned to the museum. Sorry. Alrighty then. I want to use warp here. I'm gonna do a little bit of just quick cleanup stuff. First thing I want to do is talk here. Because we already got one spatula from Patrick, and now we're gonna get 2 more. That'll get us here. Now, it's a good thing that I entered the Canyon of Messes area in case I needed to come back here for whatever reason. So, we can just continue Jellyfish Field right where we left that time. Which is a little unusual. We can not base, we just pop, which means it is time for cruise.
I'm looking at the last things you have to do on the board here, and I think a lot of them are gonna go pretty quickly.
I think so too.
You got a decent amount of them all in Sand Mountain alone.
But we are gonna try to do some inners. In particular, there's one thing that I'm gonna try. It's another example of something that Shift does it all the time. He makes it look super, but it is very difficult. But I'm gonna try to do it. And that is music in the eye of the beholder with Cruise. It is basically one of the
Did
hardest.
that during the... I attempted... Oh, cruise boosting rather than
Yeah,
hands
with
disabled. Okay,
cruise.
yeah, even worse.
Like, with hands disabled, it's already hard because you have to do all of this tricky platform and not make a single mistake. But with cruise boosting, you go really fast, arguably too fast. But I practiced.
Can you hit fast cycle too?
Probably.
Lightly prodding you, but music in the ear of the beholder with cruise boosting is something to behold.
Yeah, so like if I can actually pull it off. Don't want that spatula, so we're gonna ignore it. Which is a weird thing to do. I don't know if I've ever been in a situation where I just ran past that spatula. Alright, anyways, hey.
Doesn't that spatula know you've got bingo to play?
I know, right? So anyways, King Jellyfish, turns out you just hit him with Blue Missile and defeated in 5 seconds. That's fun. Alright. Next on our list...
That should be illegal.
Next on our list of things to do after getting this sock is getting the money I want. How much does it cost for each slide? Is it 1,500?
If memory serves, 1,500 sounds accurate.
Okay. I'm gonna do right. We're gonna go here to get some money real quick. I need 15, 3,000. Somewhere around 4 or 5. We're basically just gonna.
So I have an interesting question. I've just out of an observation I've made. So I couldn't help but notice you're playing the PS2 copy of this game.
Yeah, it's the only one I own.
And there it is. Okay.
For people who don't know, PS2 is by far the slowest version. But I
was trying to hold back from saying it. I'm like, I'm pretty certain the GameCube loads faster than this.
No, it loads much faster than this. And the thing is, I do own a GameCube. So I could get the GameCube copy, and arguably I should. But I just haven't. This is the version I grew up with, so... if I ever got to the point where, like, I was seriously trying to run this game, and, like, I was actually nailing tricks consistently, then yeah, I would make the switch to GameCube.
If you were serious about this and wanted to be on the leaderboards, you'd actually want to switch to Xbox.
Well, you're right, but I also don't own an original Xbox,
and therein lies the rub.
Yeah, and this game, if I remember correctly, this game on an Xbox 360 does not really work that way.
No, you don't want to play it on a 360. You want to play it on an OG Xbox, and you actually want to play it installed to disc.
Now, here's the question: is do I want to smear peanut butter?
No, we're far past the greasy gamer saga. We're not doing that anymore.
I just remember seeing that, and I was like, "This is ridiculous."
Yeah, it's absurd. It's as absurd as it sounds. No, the community has agreed to accept runs on hard drive because people were about to start mutilating discs for you know,
yeah,
for the meta.
Which, you know, would have been hilarious, but like at the same time, no.
Look, we reserve disc mutilation for the really bad games, okay? Like, we don't want to go there.
I remember it is a relay group I used to help organize. Still happen. Where it's the Crash Trilogy, Spyro Trilogy, Rareware 301, so Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo. All in a row. And I remember at the end of the first one, everyone was like, yeah, that was so successful, we did great. And then someone uploaded a minute-long video of them taking their DK64 cart and smacking.
Oh no.
And we were like...
Feels bad, man.
Yeah, they were not happy about DK64. And, you know... I understand that. I'm just double-checking real quick, like... I'm 90. If I haven't gotten it. We'll go ahead and mark that off a little late. But, yeah, I think we're gonna go straight into Sand Mountain. I think the plan will be Sand Mountain, Dumpster Sock, and then end with Eye of Beholder.
Hey, that sounds like a good run to me.
Oh, Lodge Sandman Sock. For a second, I was like, no. There's a sock in this game level that is the worst sock in the entire game, and no one will ever change it.
Remind me where Ice Pillar Sock is.
That's on slide 3.
Okay, so that is Sand Mountain. All right.
Yeah, that's Sand Mountain. The real question is this Guppy Mound? Yes, this one.
I had to think for a second because I don't refer to these slides by number. I refer to them by name, so it kind of threw me off.
Yeah. I refer to them mostly... So wait. No, I need the spatulas and gum. I need the spatulas here, but I... Oh, and I do need the spatulas in the slide.
There's basically two here, right? One for completing the slide and one for the time attack.
Exactly. We just gotta make sure we get to the end quickly. The only other thing that's notable is that with the time attack, if you fall, you would have to reset. But since hands is disabled, if we fall, we have to reset anyway, so... Really doesn't change. Okay, try. Oh, the other thing that is notable, though, and this will come up on the other side. You can only do this time challenge as Spongebob, whereas in slide 3, we need both spatulas, but we also need a sock for the controller. So we're gonna have to do the slide like one at a time. That's not good.
Every time I see this slide, I always wonder, how does Mrs. Puff set that time, especially as she's rolling down Guppy Mound?
I suppose, you know, I was picturing her sliding on her butt, kind of like what Patrick would do. But you're right. I think it makes more sense that she like got puffed up in this board.
Well, she says that she's gone down this slide hundreds of times, mostly rolling because the kids think it's funny to push her down the mountain.
Oh my god, I need to reread the text. That is dark. I do not remember the text in this game being that dark.
Oh, I very explicitly remember that one.
Well, now that horrifying incident occurred, or what is it
Why do you think? Why else do you think she's always tweaking?
What is it that SpongeBob said? Now that horrifying incident of terror is over, how about some breakfast?
Oh yeah, he did say that in one episode, right?
Yeah, because that's where it's the Lost ID one.
Yeah, I was just about to say that sounds like missing identity.
Gary's way. We're gonna get the. Actually, gonna get
I'm built for
stream soft with the end. Oh, where the fuck? Why is he?
Yeah, so there are 3 objectives on this slide alone.
Yeah, which is absurd because this slide you can get all 3 of them.
Love to see it.
Yeah, we're gonna be a good amount underestimate, and it is purely because of how absurd this is. Not needing to get like. Now, granted, one thing we did not have to do was buy any spatulas from Mr. Krabs, which is insane. I never had to not buy it.
So
So,
there
you
was no need to attempt ski ball or anything.
Well, I attempted it, but didn't get it, and I was like, you know what? I don't need it. Like,
that's the literal "wait a minute, I hate golf" meme.
it really was. Wait a minute, I hate skee ball abuse. Like, this is one of the weirdest boards. I've had boards where I don't have to go to like Dutchman's yard, and it's like, oh nice, I only need 50. But to have a board like this, and then on top of it, it being a board where I'm specifically doing New Game Plus, so I don't even have to do Robot Patrick, so I don't need 40 spatulas for that. Like, just a weird. You know, we're heading down too much. Rob's single-handedly getting the schedule back on track. No need to thank him, unless I fall off the slide here. Alright, we're good. I hate the ending of Sam.
Nut clutch.
Oh! That was almost a... So if that enemy knocked me off, it would have had me be... I don't know if I would have had to do the time trial. Might have only had to. Might have been one. Alright. That is the... Oh, I was gonna say that's the last match.
So do you need to be Sandy for Ice Pillar and Cave Sock?
I need to be Sandy for Ice.
Ah.
You don't need to be Sandy for Food Sock. But, and I'm trying to remember now, because, you know, I just like.
But if you can get
flat
both.
things out. I might have already done. I don't think.
I did see you go in the cave. I just don't recall if you collected the sock.
And we'll. I don't want to say, I probably did, and then someone be like, I checked the VOD. This wasn't Blackout. You only got 24 out of 25 goals. You are a failure. And I'd be like, you're right.
Oh, yeah, we don't want that.
Oh, we do.
Oh yeah, but here comes the next problem, Rob.
Oh,
What is actually funnier than 24?
25.
So actually, if we had like 20 minutes.
Hey, you're getting it, Rexy. You're getting it now.
I just get a.
I mean, I know my SpongeBob memes. I was
gonna
just
say.
not expecting mail.
I was gonna say, can we just keep doing memes for the last 20 minutes? What are those?
Someone better make good use of all these.
Looks like it. Cool. That off. We can that off. We can that off. All of a sudden, it looks like we are really getting done.
Alrighty, let's do this up.
All right, who's ready for one of the hardest goals? I left it towards the end on purpose because I knew of how difficult it would be. If I get this first try, I need everyone to lose it.
Oh, we're gonna get bold.
Holy
and brash,
shit,
or
we
we're
got a
gonna-
dumpster sock.
Oh, Joey! Hey, buddy!
Go! Guys, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do that or not.
Lol. I see what you did there, Rob. Now, are we gonna get bold and brash or staying in the trash for this final spat?
Hey, jokes! He's got more jokes, folks!
There we go.
I was gonna say, you did that really quick. I didn't get to bust out my Shoihi joke.
Oh, boy.
For anyone who's in the know, you know, but if you don't know, there was, during the last AGDQ run of this game, back during the COVID era, I think Jared's Giant said, first we have to go say hi to our friend Shoihi at the dumpster, and we to give him a tap, and then he gives us the sock. And it's like, oh man, come on.
Oh, dude, I would have gone for the other dumpster joke with SpongeBob, which is crabs is,
Oh yeah, we don't want to go for that one.
Wait, crabs is a what?
Well, you either put the dime in his pants, or put the dime in his pants.
Alright. So, I actually am going to need to try to focus it. Okay, we have time, therefore we're going to try to get this in the fullest.
All right, let's see it, and let's see it pop off, folks. Here we go.
Ah, nope.
Oh, close.
Yeah, we're on the right track. The good news is I don't have to get the sock. So that makes this, like, funchy. Not have to worry. But we'll go for a couple of times.
Yeah, I don't like the sock here either. It's just a whole bunch of loop around when you're doing the thing normally.
I don't mind the sock. I mind it when I'm having to do the level like. So basically,
Ooh.
if people, as a reminder, if people don't understand exactly how, I can't stop moving. Like, I don't control my move. I control, like, what direction I'm going, but not
Yeah, so to be, I was holding myself back from explaining this, but if we got the time, the way cruise boosting works from memory, from what I've seen. So to explain that actually correctly, we have to start by explaining the speed meter. So there's there's not really a meter in this game per se, but there's a speed value, right? So when you're in motion, when you're tilting the stick all the way in one direction, then your speed will cap out at a certain value. It'll always be that same value no matter what, as long as your controller's not broken. And the speed value only occurs when SpongeBob's in motion. Well, the Bubble Bowl has if you hold the button long enough when you're doing a bubble bowl, you'll notice that SpongeBob will inch forward slightly before tossing the bubble. Because he's in motion, that contributes very lightly to his speed value. And what you find is that when you try to do a cruise bubble on the same frame as pressing the button for bubble bowl, that will lock the additional speed value into the gauge, basically. So your cruise boosting is kind of exactly as it sounds. By throwing a cruise bubble at the same time you try to do a bubble bowl, you now, when moving, will have SpongeBob moving his full speed value plus the additional speed that was put into the value while trying to throw the bubble bowl. And the result of that is that SpongeBob will constantly be in motion.
But if you only do it once, you're basically only going a small amount of speed, because bowl, you don't get up. So what you
Correct,
do,
yeah, so that's why you boost twice.
You boost twice, that's how you add your bowl. That's why, like, sometimes you'll see me back away, and I'll be, like, moving very slowly, because that means that I got the first one. And there is, like, audio cues you can use if you got it the first time or the second. But my setup would require me... playing this all around with the audio.
Yeah, so if you're listening through Twitch, what you probably might hear is that you'll hear a consistent kind of like grinding or looping sound. You basically hear the sound of SpongeBob like winding up his arm to throw the bubble bowl over and over again. That's kind of the sign, the indication that you've done it correctly.
There we go, we got it.
E minor, yeah, let's go.
And that's time.
Oh,
That is
good.
time.
Time indeed. GG, Bob.
I'm very happy with that. Weird board. But I mean, even still, even though we didn't have to go to the later stages, A, there were several very easy spatulas that I passed that I easily could have picked. B, we could have spent another couple minutes, gotten the ski ball abuse, and then just bought 8 from... I could get another one from Patrick, probably 2 more. So, like, even if we were going into late game, I probably could have gotten an extra 21 spatulas and only took an 10 or 15. So, like, that's not bad. But yeah, that's Battle for Bikini Bottom Bingo. It is a Battle for Bikini Bottom, dare I say it, I think most people would agree with me, is one of the best SpongeBob video games out there. There's a lot. They range from bad, I'll be honest, to really, really good. And this one's definitely on the really good.
This is widely considered the best licensed video game of all time.
Yeah, and I think I would agree. It's that solid. Hopefully one of these days I will get around. I've been toying with the idea of trying to get SpongeBob the movie bingo going, or maybe, dare I say it, because I know some people here might complain, dare I say it, possibly Revenge of the Flying Dutchman bingo.
Oh no.
Oh no, why would you do that?
That one I did have to buy the GameCube copy because, fun fact, the PlayStation version will just crash randomly all the time.
Why stop there? Why not Creature from the Krusty Carb?
Ooh, that's a good one. Maybe I just do SpongeBob generic.
I remember all of the unskippable cutscenes in Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, and I'm like, why, Rob, why? But then again, we also have Crash for Insanity, which also suffers from an unskippable cutscene problem, so who knows?
Oh, you can skip the cutscenes in Twin Sanity, trust me. If you know what you're doing.
Of course, broken mess is broken mess.
On that note, though, Twin Sanity Bingo will be later tonight. Also, if you enjoyed SpongeBob, and you want to see a very different SpongeBob experience. Tomorrow evening, I believe I want to say it's like the last round of the marathon, if not one of the last, is Around the Clock at Bikini Bottom, which is not an official SpongeBob game. But it is certainly something. But Atomical Sauce will be running that. So I think that just about does it for me, though. Thanks again for enjoying Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, no problem with that, Rob. On that note, yes, we will be seeing you much later on tonight with the Crash NST race with me. So that's
Wait, I'm racing you?
Yes, you're racing
wow,
me.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Fun fact, in every practice that we did, Rexy beat me. So, you know, I'm looking for revenge tonight.
It won't be much of a race then.
Oh, no. It was close. The second race. The first race was a shutout, but... nah, I'm looking for revenge on Rex.
Oh, I see what you're doing there. But, yes, do stick around, because coming up next, we have Terraria Double Bingo Calamity popping up with Brex here in InstaFizz. So, please keep it locked. This is Bingothon Winter 2024. Don't go anywhere.
Fred Hutch Cancer Center and University of Washington bring together the largest group of prostate cancer researchers in the world, all united to try to diagnose this disease earlier and cure it.
One of the things that's becoming abundantly clear is that prostate cancer is not just one disease. If you dissect a tumor, one cell sitting next to a second cell might be very different in terms of the proteins on the cell surface, the molecular changes, the DNA of the cancer that makes it tick. And so trying to sort of fold all of that information into new treatment strategies is the challenge that we're faced with today.
So we in the prostate program have a three-pronged approach. One is to improve the diagnosis with earlier tests, to tailor treatments with a precise method with genomics, and then also to improve risk assessment and maybe even prevent prostate cancer.
And it's been extraordinarily exciting to see the changes that have happened over the years that I've been doing this. The field has advanced quite a bit.
Yeah,
good.
Our team of researchers at the Fred Hutch Cancer Center are taking a team science approach. All these disciplines coming together to really speed up the pace of discovery, speed up the pace of new research, and hopefully speed up the pace of better care of our cancer patients. So we're improving diagnostics on a few different levels. One is blood tests and non-invasive tests, but we're also looking at diagnostics such as imaging.
Developing therapies that are low side effect profile but have the potential to suppress all the key resistance mechanisms, all the biology that drives that cancer cell is something that we're very optimistic about, and that's stuff we're working on every day.
So if we can understand or identify the risk of prostate cancer, then we can screen more attentively, we can get them on clinical trial, we can engage them, we can give them a reason to get tested.
Donor support is more important than ever right now because it does allow us to have greater research endeavors than we would have previously.
These are the types of funds that we use to really move forward high risk, high reward studies that are going to help us to understand where the field's going.
We hope 5 years from now we'll be able to diagnose patients earlier, and then not only that, when we treat them something precise just to them to cure their cancer. And with your help, we'll conquer this.
Are you a bingo enjoyer? Ever wanted to make your own bingo boards? But do you also feel overwhelmed on actually doing it? Well, don't worry. First off, take a sip of the Bingothon mug, which you can potentially win by donating $5 at Bingothon Winter 2024. Well, here at Bingothon, we have one thing to propose to you: playbingo.gg. Playbingo.gg is a new platform developed here at Bingothon for hosting and playing bingo boards for various games. What makes this platform stand out is in the ease of setting up a board. Just create an account and you can then either import an already made list of goals that you have or add them and tinker with it all directly on the website's interface. What's great as well is that there is depth to how you might want to implement goals. You can, for example, create your cards with the SRL V5 generation system in mind, or even implement difficulty variants for even more potential customization. On top of that, no need to worry about having to maintain the card all on your own. Admins and moderators for individual games can be appointed who also have rights to modify the cards. The platform is currently in active development with quite a few features still planned, and we'd love your feedback. To speak it, please head over to the Bingothon Discord and check out the Play Bingo feedback forum channel. So, come on in! Type !Play Bingo in chat to access the platform now.
All right, everyone, welcome back to Bingothon 2024. Next coming up is a double bingo Terraria and followed by Hitman World of Assassination. Let's briefly look over some of the incentives we got here. Coming up, there's a bid incentive for Terraria I lost my section here. Hold on. I was looking right at it. There it is. So there's a Vanity Sets Choice bid war currently going on for a Christmas tree set, a Mrs. Claus set, or a Parkless set, or a Santa Claus set. Currently, the the Parkless set is in the lead. You got a limited amount of time to make that make up the difference there. And your next upcoming bid war is a couple for Open RCT2. That's Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Custom roller coaster names, and for guest clothes colors. So get your donations in there. All right, we've got a little bit of time before we're getting started with our next run, so let's tackle this board a little bit, chat. I want to see some. What's the word I'm looking for? Get involved with this next one. Ready? So I will start you off, and I'm going to make this really nice and simple for you. So if you're not chatting along with us, you're doing this next one all wrong. Ready? Here we go. Deck the halls with balls of holly.
La 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 la.
'Tis the season to be jolly.
La 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 la.
Down we now our gay apparel.
La 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 la. Wow, what the heck?
Troll the ancient Yuletide carol.
Ba 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 da 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 da. I can't make those high notes anymore. Welcome to this time of age.
I can try. Fa la 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 la. Yeah, not bad. One more? Maybe one more? Let's... What's going on now?
I thought maybe I could just like tweak things with helium. I don't know. It's not gonna work.
Oh boy, yeah, that can work in certain instances. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. Where did it go? Hold on, I gotta find it. All right. So if you know, you know. If you're terminally on YouTube like I am, I gotta bust out my best Jay Schlatt impression for this one. All right, here we go. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good, for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
I thought we were going to be getting more of the Jackson 5, you know, going to be like, you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why, and then all of a sudden it goes more like...
Santa Claus is coming to town, oh yeah! Santa Claus is coming to town! Santa Claus is coming to town!
I would have, but the Jay Schlatt version of this was more fresh on my mind. He's released a whole Christmas album, which is fantastic, by the way. Like the second coming of Frank Sinatra, why not, right?
It feels... Yeah, I mean, I'm not too awfully familiar, but I do hear a lot of variations like that kind of thing. You know, this just made me think, like, could be like the style that Michael Bublé would end up doing. But yeah, let us see that. But the Jackson 5 has always been fresh in my mind.
That's fair enough, considering that's one of the most unique versions of that song. You know who I wish would probably release an album before? I don't know if I've ever heard this dude sing, but I would love to hear a song from somebody
who has a deep, buttery, smooth voice like this one. There's nothing I love more than cozying up by the fire with a good book and a nice hot glass of hot cocoa. But don't worry, everyone, I'm not who you think I am.
That... I don't know. I thought that was Jeremy Irons for a moment there, but... nope. Definitely not that.
Hey, chat. Who am I?
I mean, we'll ask for any Cal devs, and I'm like, how does that link?
I don't...
Rob is wondering what's going on.
I don't know what that means.
The voice of God, apparently.
Even though the funny thing is, you're not exactly wrong. At least in one movie, that is correct. Now, Bruce, thou shalt not tempt. It's a catchy jingle, isn't it? Clap on, clap off, clap on, clap off. The clapper. Achievement.
Okay, I think that one's a little too on the nose. Oh, is that Sans Undertale? I can't read your subtitles. I have no idea what you're saying.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't really see that one going.
I feel like yeah, this is the biggest problem with that. I can say just about anything, and then that'll just be. It's, you know.
It's hilarious until you forget
right.
until you switch yourself back to clean mic.
The swap into it, yes. Of course, that sounds Undertales. I mean, I wonder if I could like find something else that would be a little bit on the sillier side, perhaps, or ooh, I don't know. I wonder what this one sounds like. I'm experimenting with every voice mod thing I've got.
Oh boy. What is that? That's nice. Oh, I feel like I've heard that before. That's like the tiny Timmy Turner voice.
It's literally called Chipmunk on the app.
That's fair. There you go.
It's all good. Well, I mean, on that chaotic note, we've actually got word from text. That's the pair going on for Terraria Double Bingo Calamity are ready to go.
Alrighty, claps in chat. Let's kick her on over.
Yes! Here we go. We have InstaFizz and Braxia coming in right here and now with Terraria Double Bingo Calamity Edition. Don't go anywhere! Bingothon Winter 2024 is right here.